Vernon Marauders. The shortstop.
Good evening and welcome to Hartman Field, home of your Carmel Greyhounds, as they look to take on the Mount Vernon Marauders here tonight. First pitch to Johnson's fouled back for strike one. Mathieson on the mound here tonight for the Hounds. Ayden, what do you got about Mathieson?
Yeah, Mathieson, the ace for the Greyhounds this season. He's played in 15 games and he has one save to go along with only 2 strikeouts, but he does have a .400 on-base percentage as a hitter, actually. So he's actually more of an impressive hitter as a pitcher. He's really a dual threat and can do it all. So here tonight for the Greyhounds, they'll look to shut out the Mount Vernon Marauders.
The 1-1 to Johnson's taken in the zone for strike two. 1-2 count now. Here's the delivery. Swung on and grounded. Right side. Fielded and thrown out for the first out of the game for the Hounds.
Batting second, the catcher.
Walkie is calm, cool, and collective over at second base tonight.
Yeah, he sure is. And that was an efficient first out. Only took 3 pitches. Already 1 out underway. Good start for Mathieson and the Greyhounds.
If you're just joining us, this is Noah Boudouris, joining alongside my partner, Ayden Hagemann. And welcome to Carmel Baseball. Schumann has been now for Mount Vernon. His first pitch is lined out to the shortstop Sullivan for the second out.
Yeah, 2 quick outs, 4 pitches, and 2 outs. Greyhounds doing work here early.
I'll get it here. I'll get it in here in a minute.
Batting third, the left fielders. Number 8, Nick Hagemann.
Hagemann will step in now, the left fielder. First pitch to him is taken in the zone for strike one.
Yeah, good first pitch. Look at a slider that got just the bottom of the zone. Not a bad take, but called for strike one.
The 0-1 is grounded right side again. Glove, throw, got him, out 3. Walkie 2 defensive outs here in the first inning.
Yeah, Walkie was impressive, but just as impressive was Mathieson. Only took 6 pitches to get out at the top of the first inning. Very impressive and efficient from Mathieson and the Greyhounds.
Mathiesen's working efficient, but he's also working fast. I don't know if you noticed. He's not taking too much time in between pitches, and that's going to really set the tone here tonight for the Hounds.
He sure is, Noah. No need for a pitch clock here at the high school level. So coming into this game, Mount Vernon 18-4, a very impressive record, but they have lost their last 2 games. Scores of 12-6 and 21-6, so their defense has really let them down these past 2 games. They'll look to step it up here against this hot Greyhounds team.
Well, it'll be Josh James, the lefty, taking the mound for the Marauders. He's having a fairly decent season, am I right?
In the top of the first.
I'd like to take this moment to thank Pinnacle for supporting CHTV.
With no errors and 0 runners left on base.
It's an entry error. Oh, okay. In times. Where is Mount Vernon? Where is that? But is it like south of us?
Well, James finishes his warm-up throws, and it'll be J.D. Stein stepping in, leading off here for Carmel.
Leading off for your Greyhounds, the third baseman, number
Stein's a
7,
sophomore playing third base tonight.
J.D. Stein.
First pitch to Stein. Taken in the dirt for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 to JD. Taken outside for ball 2. JD working himself into a hitter's count now here in the bottom of the first. Next delivery to him is swung on and grounded to the shortstop. Bobbled. And Stein will dig it out for an infield hit.
Yeah, and on cue, as I mentioned, their defense was letting Mount Vernon down an error there on the first batter of the game, which allows Stein to advance to first base. And a base runner for the Greyhounds here early on, and they'll look to capitalize here at the bottom of the first.
Definitely.
The center fielder, number 15, Hunter Snow.
Will be Hunter Snow, the lefty, low lefty on lefty action here in the bottom of the first with a runner on and nobody out. First pitch to Snow is belted but foul. He got all of that, but just couldn't put it between the lines.
Yeah, he pulled that one a little bit to the right.
A little over anxious.
Not a bad approach, though. I mean, the pitcher has to be rattled right now. Not bad to go first swing here.
The 0-1 now. Ground ball up the middle. Steps on the bag and throws to first for a double play. Mount Vernon doubles Carmel up, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, a fantastic play by Hayden Ford. Kind of did it himself there, stepped on the bag, and then was able to make an athletic throw over to first, the double play. And just like that, 2 outs for the Greyhounds. And we have a quick first inning here.
Number 7, Case Sullivan.
Well, it's Case Sullivan stepping in. With 2 outs now, trying to get something going for the Hounds. First pitch to him, well outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. High and out for ball 2. You know, similarly, the pitcher for Mount Vernon, Chris, is also working very fast here tonight.
They have both been going very fast. Already the 3rd pitch of the at-bat here, and that one's called for a strike, so 2-1 is the count now.
Slowed him down there. The 2-1 to Sullivan. In there for strike 2. Yeah, Chris has really gone to his off speed and his breaking ball here after he got himself into a little bit of a hole. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. Sullivan looks at 3 straight strikes, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Sullivan did not even swing his bat through 5 pitches of that at-bat, and as a result, he gets a looking strikeout, and that's the end of the first. So a quick first inning from both squads. I don't know if either pitcher surrendered 10 pitches.
No runs.
I would doubt that.
No hits with 1 error. And 0 runners were left on base.
Matison's still on the bump here in the 2nd inning of work here on middle school night at the ballpark. It'll be Scheidt stepping in here from Mount Vernon here on the top of the 2nd.
Leading off the inning for the Marauders, the first baseman, number 23, Connor Scheidt.
First pitch to Scheidt is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Scheidt, a hefty lefty in the 4-hole spot.
The 0-1 to him is swung on and fouled back for strike 2.
Yeah, took a big hack there, unable to make contact though, and it's quickly 0-2. And Mathisen, as you mentioned, working quickly here.
The 0-2, just outside. Mathisen wanted that one, could not get the call, and that'll be a 1-2 count to Scheidt.
Yeah, it looks like it could have gone either way, but benefit of the doubt given to the Marauders.
The 1-2 is in the dirt, evening the count now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll be the first out here in the top of the 2nd.
So again, working quickly are the Greyhounds. Both teams typically known for their offense here, but it's been the defense and mainly the pitching duel here early on that's been the story of the game so far.
Russell Weaver.
Definitely, it'll be Russell Weaver stepping in now, the 3rd baseman here for Mount Vernon. First pitch to him, swung on and out of play for strike 1.
No, I'd love to catch one of these balls that one of these players foul back.
Just enough of an opening for us here in the press box. The 0-1 to Weaver is another foul straight back here towards us.
And getting closer and closer. Noah, have you ever caught a ball at a baseball game yourself?
Not during action, I've not. I've caught a few balls from players at Indianapolis Indians games, but here's the 0-2 to Weaver. Ground ball up the middle. It's walky again, and there's a second out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 20.
Tyler Walkie getting a whole lot of action over at second tonight.
He sure is. He's been the reason why they've been able to get so many early outs. I believe nearly half of the outs have been recorded because of him.
Here's Wilson. He bloops one out into left field. That'll drop for a hit. And Mount Vernon has something cooking here with 2 outs.
Yeah, and so there goes the no-hitter late into the second inning.
Number 24.
First hit of the ball game for either club, and that just found a gap, little bloop into left field. First base runner of the game for Mount Vernon.
Well, here's Nate Chris stepping in, the pitcher, with 2 outs and 1 runner on here in the top of the second inning. Set a check on the runner over at first. Always got to be careful with a lefty on the mound.
Yeah, you sure do. And we've seen a lot of lefty on lefty action here early in this game. Mount Vernon with a lot of left-handed pitchers in their lineup here tonight.
First pitch just misses the K zone for ball 1. I like that one personally. I don't know about you, Ayden.
I could have seen that go either way. Both have gone in benefit of Mount Vernon thus far. A wide pitch zone for the umpire here tonight.
1-0 to Chris, beats the shift for a base hit, and it'll be 2 on and 2 out here for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, a little late second inning rally here for Mount Vernon. Quick 2 outs, and it looks like it was just going to be the end of the second inning early, but a little bit of a fight here from Mount Vernon.
Yeah, Chris just gets the ball outside, hits it where it's pitched, and gets on here with 2 away. It'll be Ford stepping in with a runner in scoring position now for Mount Vernon. Hoping to get the Marauders on the board here in the second inning.
And Ford was able to get the significant double play at the bottom of the first to prevent any real Greyhound pressure. Let's see if he can step up again in a big spot, this time on the offensive end.
First pitch to him. Swung on out into right field. It's hooking. It is out of play.
Just barely foul. It looks like it would have stayed fair had it not just hooked ever so slightly. Greyhounds catch a break there, right there.
Oh, 1 the count to Hayden Ford. The next delivery from Mathieson. In there for strike 2, and the Hounds are a strike away from getting out of this 2-out jam.
Yeah, it would be impressive if Mathieson can get his team out of the mini jam here at the top of the second. Quickly worked him 0-2.
The 0-2 just misses. A little low. Mathieson was walking off the mound.
Yeah, but I don't hate the call right there. It looked like it was just a little bit low.
I agree.
Always from up here.
The 1-2 to Ford. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high cheese. That'll retire the side here in the top of the second.
Yeah, a very effective way to end the top of the second inning. Mathieson gets out of the mini jam, as we mentioned, by striking out the 8-hole hitter Ford, and we'll head to the bottom of the second here with 4, 5, and 6-hole hitters up for the Greyhounds.
In the top of the second, 0 runs on 2 hits with no errors and 2 runners left on base.
Chris continues to work here in the bottom of the second. Coach liked the first inning enough to keep him in there.
Yeah, well, it was a little bit of a shaky first inning. He was able to exit the inning with no runners left on base due to that double play.
Leading off the inning for your Greyhounds, the right fielder, number 2, Carmichael.
Kim Carmichael steps in, another left-handed batter. Hoping to get something rolling here in the bottom of the second. First pitch is chopped up the middle. Fielded, and the throw to first is not in time. Carmichael digs it out, and the Hounds have one on and nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, I actually thought that was going to get right through the middle, no problem, but an impressive play again by Ford. However, just unable to get it over to first base in time. And that'll send James Charland up to bat.
James Charland walking up to the sweet sounds of Motley Crue here tonight.
James Charland.
First pitch to Charland. Swing and a miss, strike one. The 0-1 in the dirt for ball one.
Yeah, good take right there. Evens the count at 1-1. Probably want to work the pitcher as much as you can here if you're the Greyhounds, get him out of the game early.
Yeah, you can notice Charland's kind of taking his time out of the batter's box, trying to slow him down a little bit. Here's the 1-1. It's a quick pitch, and it's in the dirt for ball two.
I mean, Chris has been accurate tonight. He's been extremely accurate, but a lot of his balls in the dirt. One weakness so far seems to be his off speed, but his fastballs have been very accurate here early on.
Carmichael leads off from first. The pitch to Charland is he's way out of front of the changeup. The count evens at 2 apiece.
Yeah, and as I just mentioned, the fastball right there seems to be doing extremely well for Chris, and he'll be interesting. He'll probably go back to it here, try and get the punch out.
The 2-2 delivery from Chris. Runner goes outside, throw down to second. He is in there safely, and Carmichael steals it back here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, so the Marauders were looking for or strike him out, throw him out there, but got neither. Now we have a full count here for Charland and a runner on second in scoring position here.
3-2 to Charland. Swing and a miss, strike three.
Yeah.
Well, if anything, he moved the runner over.
Yeah, that is huge because you do get the runner in scoring position and you still only have one out. But if you're Charland, it looks like that one would have been called for a ball. Looks like it was up. And again, who knows with the umpire here tonight. He has had a bit of a wide zone that he's been calling, but nonetheless, we have one out here in the bottom of the second.
Here's Tyler Walke, the most interesting man on the team right now. A lot of action over at second. First pitch to him is grounded over to third. Runner will retreat to second, and he's out at first as Carmichael gets to third base here with 2 away.
Yeah, smart base running there by Carmichael. Waited for the third baseman to throw over to first before taking off. Was able to slide into third, no problem. Though it might not really matter that much as you can't really get a sac fly in the situation. You may get fortunate with an infield single, but nonetheless impressive base running there by Carmichael with 2 outs.
Carmichael stumbled a little bit trying to get there, but he was in there safely either way. Here's Drew Fouts now, trying to get one home here for the Hounds. First pitch to him is in there for strike one. A little questionable.
Yeah, first questionable call of the night there. Looked like it really bended outside. 0-1 though.
The 0-1 to Fouts is fly ball up the middle, but handled by the center fielder. That will be the third out of the inning. Carmel threatens but cannot get one to cross home plate. We got a scoreless ball game here.
Yeah, we do, and that was an atom ball right there. Ball went right towards the center fielder. Able to get the third out of the inning. But you have to give the upper hand to the Greyhounds right now. They've just had more impressive offense and defense here in the early going, just unable to get any runs thus far.
Well, 2 infield hits so far for Carmel has kind of been the difference, but still no runs on the board.
Again, we want to thank the Pinnacle for supporting CHTV here tonight.
Thiessen's ready for his third inning of work here at Hartman Field.
And you really have to appreciate Hartman Field. It is a terrific ballpark.
It definitely is.
The home of the Greyhounds.
It'll be Josh James stepping in for the Marauders here on the top of the third inning. First pitch to him is swung on and straight back for foul ball and strike one. That's the kind of pitch typically you see guys swing at that and they are right on it.
It sure is, but this is the 9-hole hitter, so Thiessen probably knows that you can go at him.
The 0-1 is inside for ball one. The 1-1 to James. Way inside for ball two. Nearly hit him.
I thought it did hit him, but he will not advance. I thought it just clipped him on the inside knee.
He has the reflexes of a puma.
He sure did right there. I would not have had the reflexes of a puma right there.
The 2-1 to James is well outside for ball three, and a hitter's count now for Josh James. High for ball four, and the Marauders have a leadoff walk here in the top of the third.
And that's exactly not how you wanted to start the inning.
Walking the 9-hole hitter.
And now that'll send up Gavin Johnston, who had an impressive first at-bat. Let's see if he can propel the Marauders here at the top of the third.
Checking on the runner. He's in there safely. Thiessen's set. Here's the first pitch to Johnston. Instead, another check on the runner. They really think he's going here.
Again, the reflexes of a puma being shown off right there. Me kind of have more like a panda. That's why I'm in the broadcast booth.
Another check on him. Ball gets away. He will not advance as James retreats back to first base.
And interesting, I would have thought he would have taken off right there, but I guess he'll stay at first base, not want to risk anything here.
He does not want to test the arm of Charland. First pitch to Johnston. Swung on and out of play. Ball lands in the sewer gutter.
I don't think he could have done that if he tried. More like a trick shot.
Carmichael said here's the 0-1 instead of check again on the runner. They do not trust him over at first base.
They sure don't. I wish there was kind of a disengagement rule like there is in the MLB.
If we were on the road, we'd be hearing boos right now.
We sure would. But he does have a fair lead in the Greyhounds' defense.
The 0-1 to Johnston's well outside for ball one. Fairly packed house here tonight at the ballpark.
I'm sure his bleachers are pretty full here.
Again, it is middle school night, welcoming the players from Creekside Middle School. Next pitch to Johnston is skied out into center field. It'll be handled for the first out by Snow as James retreats back to first base.
The catcher, number 16, DJ Scheinman.
So even though that resulted in an out, I would say that was an effective at-bat just because that did have to slow down Matisse, and he had been working extremely fast but that really slowed him down between the disengagements and the time between pitches.
Definitely. Here's another check on James, and he's safe.
That was the closest one yet. Still able to get back to first safely.
The one that got away, I thought had a chance if he could have just held on to the ball. But here's Scheinman stepping in, the catcher for Mount Vernon. Runner goes. Throw from Haas is into center field. James will stay at second. I thought he had no shot going into it. It was too big of a jump, and James has some wheels.
Yeah, he sure does. Kind of like the Jorge Mateo role with the Orioles. They usually bat him at the 9 slot. Doesn't get on base often, but when he does, he is a menace on the base path. And right there, able to steal from first to second. Now get him in scoring position. Any knock probably into the gap will get him home.
The 1-0 to Scheinman. Swung and popped out into center field. Snow tracking it. He makes the catch. Runner tags. Throw to third will be cut off. And we have a runner at third with 2 outs here in the top of the third.
The left fielder, number 8, Nick Hagemann.
Nick Hagemann, the left fielder, steps in now with runner in scoring position and 2 away for the Marauders. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss for strike 1. He was way in front of that one.
Yeah, big hack right there. Just was way out in front, as you mentioned, and looking to redeem himself from his last at-bat.
The 0-1 is in the dirt, swinging for strike 2.
And he has just not seen the ball well right now. First takes is way late to the ball, and then right there, it's a ball that, or tries to swing that's a ball that's nearly in the dirt.
Matisse set, ground ball over to Walke. He gets the out at first to retire the side in the top of the third. Another scare, but Matisse gets out of it.
Yeah, so we remain scoreless here as we enter the bottom of the third. Both teams have done a decent job threatening the opponent on the base pass, but he remains scoreless as defense and pitching has been clutch with 2 outs in this ball game.
And you play guitar? I feel like you would.
I used to know.
Really?
I played from when I was 8 to about 13, so
Okay.
I played for a little bit. I was more of an acoustic guy.
I was going to say acoustic or electric. Okay, acoustic.
I preferred electric, but I played acoustic mainly.
Was there anything you were super proud of you could play?
Super proud of. I could play Blackbird by the Beatles.
Okay.
I wasn't anything on like the Metallica, Jimi Hendrix level,
Solid.
but yeah, I could work my way up to some Beatles or a couple of Beethovens.
Really?
Some say I was a natural.
I've never heard of Beethoven on a guitar before.
It was more just his melodies. It wasn't the actual guitar in the background, just a couple of the melodies, but he would seem like a drums guy.
You know, I was in band in middle school, but I was never a big, never a drums guy, no guitar. I wasn't, yeah. I bought a harmonica one time, though.
In the top of the third, no runs.
Well, Nate Chris continues to work on the mound for the Marauders.
Leading off the inning for your Greyhounds,
As the catcher Tim Haas steps in,
number 10,
leading off for the Hounds.
Haas.
First pitch to Timmy. Showing bunt, it's outside for ball 1.
Yeah, good job to pull that one back just before.
Here's the 1-0. Swung on and just foul.
Third base coach unable to make the athletic play at third.
It's not the glory days anymore. Here's the 1-1 to Haas. Swung on and driven out into right field, but just foul. He's getting the barrel on the ball, but he just can't put it between the white lines right now.
He sure is. He fouled the first one off towards third baseline, that one to first baseline. If he can just find a happy medium, as you mentioned, getting good contact.
Well, the 1-2 pitcher's count now to Haas. Outside for ball 2. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, pulled a string for strike 3.
Yeah, so despite an impressive at-bat there from Tim Haas, able to strike him out there, and the Marauders keep rolling on the defensive end after 2 not so impressive defensive games.
Here's the pitcher, Mathieson, stepping in, trying to get something rolling here for the Hounds.
And again, Mathieson not bad at all as a hitter, has a 400 on-base percentage. See if we can get things rolling here for the Hounds, as you mentioned.
First pitch to him, spins in there for strike 1. The 0-1 is swung on and out of play. Well, quickly an 0-2 count now to Mathieson. Carmel rocking the victory blues here tonight.
Looking to take home the victory here tonight.
The 0-2 is belted but out of play.
And I believe that hit a car. An unfortunate van owner is
breaking the windshield of our very own Talus Wright.
She said she's okay with that.
The 0-2. In there for strike 3, pulled a string once again, and got him with the curveball.
Yeah, an impressive off-speed pitch right there. Now that he had his fastball going early, but now he's starting to get his off-field too. He's really getting a feel for the game right now, and it has certainly been a pitcher's duel here early on, about halfway through this game.
Well, 2 outs now here for J.D. Stein. First pitch to him. Outside, he's spinning it again. He's really feeling the curveball right now.
Yeah, that one just outside, but as you mentioned, going to the curveball, could see a slider potentially. He does have a wide arsenal of pitches, so.
The 1-0, well outside for ball 2. Here's the 2-0 to Stein. In there for strike 1.
Yeah, not a bad take, though. Looks like it could have gone either way, as many of the pitches have here tonight. But 2-0, not a bad take right there.
The 2-1 just misses for ball 3. And this is definitely a hitter's count right now.
Sure is. I would definitely give him the green light here no matter what.
I would be sitting fastball right now if I was Stein. Here's 3-1. Gets a fastball. It is down the line and fair. Stein rounds first. He is digging for 2. Throw in there is not in time. J.D. Stein digs it out for a 2-out double.
Yeah, just barely able to keep that one fair. He pulled it down the line, but it stayed fair. Nearly an impressive play by the Marauders to gun him down at second, but the speed of Stein gets him into second. And now we got a runner in scoring position with the 2-hole hitter, Hunter Snow, up to bat.
Yeah, Snow given the opportunity here with a runner in scoring position. We're going to see if he can capitalize. The first pitch to him. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, great pitch right there. The rotation on that ball was fantastic on that curveball.
Wonder what the RPM was on that one.
Me too.
The 0-1 is skied and out of play. Making contact with the concession stand. Well, quickly an 0-2 hole now for Hunter Snow. With the runner on and 2 out. The 0-2 is ground ball off the pitcher's mound. And the play is made by the second baseman. And that'll be the 3rd out here of the inning.
Yeah, a fantastic play there by Hayden Ford.
Yeah.
Took a funky bounce off of the pitcher's mound, but played nicely by Ford to get the 3rd out of the inning, and we head into the 4th, still scoreless. Bit of a surprise here, Noah.
Yeah, that was just about the least preferred thing right there for Snow. It was hit just in the wrong spot on the mound, right to forward for the third out.
And one runner left on base.
I'd like to take this moment to thank Pinnacle for supporting CHTV tonight.
Yeah, no, as I was talking about, talking about this game before, we did not expect this to be scoreless here as we entered the fourth inning. Both teams known for their offense, but it's been a defensive clinic here today.
It's been a battle of aces so far, too.
It sure has. Both pitchers with a below 3 ERA coming into this matchup, and it's looking like that trend will continue here this afternoon.
Well, here comes Big Country, the first baseman, as Sheet steps in here in the top of the fourth. First pitch to Scheidt is outside for ball one.
Leading off the inning for the Marauders, number 23, Connor Scheidt.
The 1-0 is outside and in the dirt. The 2-0 is swung on and grounded over to the shortstop. Play is made at first for the first out. Nice and easy for Sullivan.
Sure was. It's a 3-pitch at-bat there. It was a 2-0 count. Could have potentially been a take right there, but Scheidt saw something he liked. Was unable to make great contact, and we have the first out of the fourth inning here.
Well, it's Weaver stepping in here with one gone in the top of the fourth as he swings through the first pitch. The 0-1 from Mathieson. Another swinging strike. Can you get him a tennis racket out here? The 0-2 to Weaver. Ground ball to Charlin. He gloves. Takes it himself to first for the second out.
The right fielder.
Yeah, an amazing play there from Charland. Recording the second out, had to take.
Not as easy as it looks over there at first, as Mathieson asks for a new ball. Here's the right fielder Wilson stepping in now with two gone in the top of the fourth. The first pitch to him is in the dirt for ball one.
Yeah, good take right there. For the Marauders, you just want to try and get a base runner here with 2 outs. They did a lot of their damage with 2 outs in the third inning. See if they can replicate that here in the fourth.
The 0-1 is fouled straight back for strike one. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike, as Wilson steps back in. With 2 away, taking his time. Here's the 1-1 from Mathieson. Swung on and lined up the middle, out to center field. Oh, and it's off the mitt of Snow. That'll go down as an error most definitely.
Oh, for sure. And the Baylor commit, Hunter Snow, looks like he had an easy play out there in center field, but just dropped it, fell out of his mitt.
Almost looked like he jumped when he didn't have to.
Yeah, I would agree. He covered ground extremely fast. And as you mentioned, he had a little bit of a hop that was unnecessary, and as a result, the ball hopped out of his glove. So it'll lead the Greyhounds' first error of the game. Could prove costly here.
Where's Chris, the pitcher, with 2 gone and 1 out. First pitch to him is on the corner for strike one. Mathieson set. Here's his 0-1. Instead of check on the runner. 0-1 count to Chris. Very short lead by Wilson, but they still don't like it.
It sure was, and not typically a threat on the base path is
No.
Wilson. Only 2 stolen bases on the year, but just want to keep him in check.
That's about a 1.5 step lead. As the 0-1 is swung on and foul, but hit a mile.
Yeah, nearly would have been a home run here had it stayed fair.
That's got to be our 3rd or 4th swing tonight that was just barreled, but not between the lines.
Yeah, for sure. I'm still waiting for our first home run of the night.
The 0-2 to Chris. In there for strike 3, he froze him.
Yeah, that was a fantastic pitch. It looks like it was going inside all the way, then a sudden rotation to get just towards the middle of the plate. Froze him, as you mentioned, and we'll head to the bottom of the 4th.
Chris was backing in trying to get plunked by it, but it was in there for strike 3.
A good call by the ump.
He's having a good night tonight.
He sure is. He didn't have his decision there influenced by the body movement of Chris.
Well, we're halfway done here at the ballpark. Carmel's coming up here in the bottom of the 4th.
We are, and again, we want to thank Pinnacle for supporting CHTV here tonight.
What would we do without Pinnacle? Again, we want to thank Pinnacle for sponsoring tonight's game, supporting tonight's game.
So Chris will stay on the mound here for the Marauders at the bottom of the 4th, and really no pitcher has showed signs of slowing down. Could we get a potential complete game from both pitchers?
We could. Only 21 outs for a full game. You ever been to West Virginia?
No, Noah.
I've driven through once.
Well, does driving through count? I wouldn't really say that counts.
I say driving through counts, flying over does not count.
Then I guess I have been through there. I've been up to, actually, I don't know. They're all the same.
Yeah.
Just the entire northeast that is in New York is all the same.
Here's Sullivan, the 3-hole hitter now. Laying off in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to him is swung on and out of play. The 0-1 just misses for ball 1. Here's the 1-1 to Sullivan. Sword. A swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, you mentioned a tennis racket. I'll one-up you there with a golf swing. Kind of swinging in the dirt right there. Looks like that one could have even hit him. Instead, it's 1-2.
Heavy pitcher's count now. As Chris is set, here's his 1-2 delivery. Swung on and ripped out into left field for a leadoff single.
Yeah, good job bouncing back. Had an awful swing the prior pitch. Right there, able to get that one with the barrel of the bat into the left field gap. And thank you to Pinnacle for supporting that single.
Number 2, Carmichael.
Well, the lefty Carmichael steps in now with 1 on and nobody out. Sullivan gets his lead.
Yeah, Carmichael able to get a hit in his last at-bat, looking to one-up that here. Maybe drive one home.
First pitch to Carmichael's way outside for ball 1. The 1-0 is in there for strike one. Just caught a piece of the zone. Count even 1-1. Next pitch to Carmichael is swung through for strike two.
And that was just nasty. A slider down towards the far and away corner. Carmichael got caught chasing, but I don't blame him.
He had no shot at that one.
Decent lead over at first base there for
Yeah, Sullivan's really getting
Sullivan, yeah.
big leads, but even bigger secondaries.
Yeah, that's about a 2.5, 3 foot, a 3-step lead.
Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and out of play. We'll do it again with a 2-2 count.
What a prediction from me. I mean,
You were on it.
that's the most impressive thing here tonight.
You're
I
reading
think.
him like a book. Here's a 2-2 to Carmichael. Frozen for strike three. Pulled a string there. As Chris sits down Carmichael for the first out.
Man, I wish we had a strikeout counter here tonight, because both pitchers just going back and forth, one up in each other.
It's sort of a Felix Hernandez Keynes Court going with the K signs.
James Charlie.
Here's Charlin now. 1 on, 1 out. Hefty lead over at first. First pitch is in the dirt, swinging for strike one.
Yeah, not a great swing right there, but looked like he was just predetermined to swing right there. 0-1 is the count.
Coach calls time, asks for his batter and his runner. Maybe for a potential hit and run.
That would not surprise me. However, there is already 1 out, so
You do not want to get doubled up here.
yeah. And if he does want to lay down a potential bunt, could potentially be something they're talking about that would leave 6-hole hitter Tyler Walkie up to try and drive home that run.
This coach's timeout is supported by Pinnacle.
Thank you, Pinnacle.
One count to Charlin.
Getting a big lead over there at first.
Next delivery to him's in the dirt for ball one. Like you said, Sullivan's still getting massive leads over at first. He might think about going again, especially after that meeting with his third base coach.
Chris has not really checked on any of the runners at first here today.
No, he has not.
Much different compared to what the Greyhounds and their strategy has been.
1-1 to Charlin is a wicked breaking pitch for strike two. Charlin had no idea what to do on that one. Chris set, here's the 1-2. Runner goes, it's outside. Throw to second is nowhere close. And Sullivan will go to third. He's in there safely. And Sullivan swipes 2 bags here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, a great lead, as we kept talking about during Charlin's at bat, able to steal second. Might be an error on the catcher there when he advanced to third. But nonetheless, at least a stolen bag, and that puts a runner at third with just 1 out. So a potential sac fly opportunity here for Charlin with a count 2-2.
Yeah, in this game so far, you'll take any RBI you can get. Here's the 2-2 from Chris. In there for strike three, and you would have thought that Charlin had never seen a curveball before from those last 2 pitches.
But still, Chris is showing a lot of nasty stuff here tonight. And just like that, it'll take a hit here from Tyler Walkie to bring home Sullivan.
First pitch to Walkie. Way outside for ball one.
I'm sure the Marauders aren't afraid to walk Walkie here. Set up a potential third and first. And then that would leave up to bat Drew Fouts, who was 0 for 1 here today.
The 1-0 is in there for strike one. Chris really feeling that breaking pitch tonight.
Yeah, he was out of touch with a lot of his off-speed early in the game, just really relying on his fastball, but
the 1-1 is skied out to deep left. It is just foul, my goodness gracious.
yeah, I thought that was staying fair.
I was expecting to bounce off the wall. That was,
it was definitely hammered, but
yeah, that was barreled, but he, another one tonight where they get all of it but can't keep it fair.
and what's surprising is there's very little wind here tonight
No.
at Hartman Field, so great opportunity there for the Greyhounds, and now they're down to their last strike of the inning.
The 1-2 to Walkie. In there for strike three. I don't know what he was looking for.
Yeah, that was still a pitch that was certainly hittable.
Yeah.
And I believe that Chris struck out all 3 of their outs of this inning.
Yep.
So we'll head to the top of the 5th, still scoreless. Thank you to Pinnacle for supporting this action here tonight on CHTV. It's been a thrilling one here tonight.
Yeah, still knotted at 0 here as we go to the 5th.
Carmel High School would like to thank our St. Vincent Sports Performance Team for their support during this school year. Strength coach Aaron Boskin, athletic trainers Michael Salazar, Chris Vernon, and Ashley Martin, and team physician Dr. Patrick Kersey provide the best quality care for all athletes at Carmel High School. St. Vincent Sports Performance knows no 2 athletes are the same. As such, they create unique and custom performance programs for athletes of all ages. St. Vincent Sports Performance combines performance training, medicine, psychology, and nutrition, so athletes can maximize their physical and mental health.
Still on the mound here in the top of the 5th. Pitching a shutout so far.
Visit DefiningSportsPerformance.com. Leading off the inning for the Marauders, the second baseman.
It'll be Hayden Ford stepping in, leading off for the Marauders. First pitch to him. Almost hit him for ball 1. Thiessen still working fast. Here's the 1-0. Outside for ball 2.
Yeah, he's been working faster all game, but these first 2 pitches have not been very close at all. Might want to slow it down a bit, try and get more command in his pitches.
The 2-0 is in there for strike 1. You did not want to get 4 to 3-0 here. As the 2-1 is skied out into center, or shallow center field, and the play is made by Walkie.
The center fielder, number 17, Josh James.
Well, here's Josh James, the 9-hole hitter, with nobody on and 1 out. First delivery to him. In there for strike 1.
Yeah, now that Mathieson has slowed down a little bit, he has definitely thrown some better pitches here. That one in there for strike 1. Good rotation on that ball.
The 0-1 is skied out into right field. Hooking foul. Who wants it? And nobody wants it as it falls into foul territory.
Yeah, Charland overran it a little bit. And right fielder Cam Carmichael just underran it a little bit. Falls right between the 2, and count remains 0-2 with 1 out.
Yeah, those are some of the hardest plays to make if you're a first baseman, running out into the outfield trying to catch it over your shoulder. But props to him, he gave it effort. As Mathieson set, here's the 0-2 to James. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's really been his put-out pitch tonight, is that fastball at the top of the zone.
It sure is, and that pitch sequence overall was very impressive. Started with the fastball, then went to the off-speed, the slider, and then finished him off with the fastball right there.
Lineup card flips over. Here's Johnston now with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch to him. Swung on and over the leaping shortstop for a 2-out single. They check on him at first, but he's safe.
Yeah, just over the head of Sullivan, tried to make a leaping catch, but sailed just over the head. And another single here. Again, doing a lot of their damage with 2 outs.
Scheinman taking his time with his batting gloves here as he waits outside the box. He's ready. We've got 1 on and 2 out in the top of the 5th. Decent set. First delivery to Scheinman. In the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0 is swung through for strike 1. This count evens at 1 apiece. Disengagement here as Mathieson gets himself resituated here with 2 gone. The 1-1 to Johnston. In the dirt for ball 2, and the runner will take second base easily.
Yeah, good awareness there by Johnston. Saw that the ball was in the dirt, took off, and was into second, no problem. It's now runner in scoring position with 2 gone here.
A hitter's count for Scheinman, and they're going to intentionally walk him. And that'll bring up Hagemann here with 2 on and 2 out.
Yeah, not a bad strategy, especially considering Hagemann has struggled a little bit here at the plate today. We'll see what he can do.
Decent set. Here's his first pitch to Hagemann. Runner goes, and there will be no throw to third as the pitch is taken in there for a strike.
Yeah, smart play there by Johnson. Now has stolen second and third. And smart no throw by the catcher. Don't really want to risk overthrowing that one and bringing in a run.
Next pitch to him is ground ball to third, handled at the throw to second. That will retire the side here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, impressive way to the end to the top of the 5th if you're the Greyhounds. Both teams have threatened here each inning, but still remain scoreless. Both teams leaving a lot of runners in scoring position. Again, thank you to Pinnacle for supporting CHTV here tonight.
If you're tossing it, I'll eat it.
These 4s are caramelized. You can definitely do a 5-second rule.
Yeah.
Turn the bottom off. It's good. No carb. The double header that.
Chris will stay in for the bottom of the 5th. Both pitchers still going strong. We haven't really seen any action in the bullpen.
Drew Fouts will lead off bottom of the 5th for the Hounds.
Leading off the inning for your Greyhounds, the left fielder, number 20.
We remain scoreless in the bottom of the 5th as Fouts digs in.
Yeah, the 7, 8, 9 hitters up for the Greyhounds, the weaker part of the lineup.
First pitch to Drew is in the dirt for ball 1. One of the Fouts showing bunt. He gets it down. He's got some speed. Flip to first is not in time. And Fouts digs out a bunt single, trying to get the ball rolling here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, a perfectly executed bunt there by Fouts. Really didn't put it in a position for either the catcher or the first base or the pitcher, excuse me, to make a play. And he gets into first safely for a leadoff single. And the Hounds are in business here at the bottom of the 5th.
Number 10.
Here's Tim Hosh, the catcher. Much more of a defensive-minded player, but he can certainly put the bat on the ball.
He sure has. He's been nearly flawless here tonight. He let one ball pass by him.
He's showing bunt. He gets it down. Shows to second, but he throws to first for the first out. And the Hounds got a runner in scoring position now with one away.
An interesting decision, probably the smart one to throw it over to first, but it looks like if he had looked towards second base, he could have got Fouts out there at
I thought
second.
he had a chance.
But probably just the smart play to get the out at first, especially considering that the Greyhounds not really been able to produce any runs here tonight.
Well, Gabe Mathieson, the pitcher, steps in now. He's got an RBI opportunity in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to him is well outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. And it hits Mathieson. Oh. Yes, it does hit Mathieson. And there will be runners on first and second here with one away as the lineup card flips up to who else but J.D. Stein.
Yeah, and it's been nearly a nightmare inning here to start for Chris, allowing the bunt single, advancement to second, and now hits the 9-hole hitter. So now we get to the top of the lineup with J.D. Stein, who had a double early in his last at bat, excuse me. So looking to replicate that here.
Runners are not held on. They both go, no throw. We will have 2 runners in scoring position with a very powerful bat at the plate.
Yeah, and it looked like Schumann didn't want to throw over to third, but because of that hesitancy, that allowed Mathieson to get over to second. So now 2 runners in scoring position, as you mentioned, with just 1 out.
Mount Vernon calls time, has a little meeting on the mound. This mound visit is supported by Pinnacle.
And still no action in the bullpen for the Marauders.
Yeah, this is his inning.
Yeah, he's taking them this far. Why not try and close it out with them?
Stein digs in with 2 on and 1 out. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. You know, last thing you want to do here is walk him with the heart of the order coming up for the Hounds. The 1-0 is also outside for ball 2.
Although you say that, Noah, maybe wouldn't be the worst strategy in the world as it sends up Hunter Snow and Case Sullivan.
2-0 Stein is high for ball 4. Little confusion here on the count here. Umpire showing ball 3. Stein thought it was ball 4. So 3-0 now, and you gotta think he has the red light here.
Yeah, definitely don't want to go. If it does get to 3-1, though, might want to take a potential hack there.
Definitely. The 3-0, not even close for ball 4. Stein feels disrespected as he flips his bat, and that'll bring up Snow with bases loaded and 1 out and a 0-0 tie.
And Chris has got to get situated here. It clearly looks a little rattled on the mound right now. So with ducks on the pond, got to find your spot right here, get a couple of quick punch outs.
You know, Hunter Snow had that air out in center, really hoping to redeem himself here. Here's the first pitch to him. Swung on and skied out into left field. Should be plenty deep if it falls, and it falls just foul.
Potentially benefits the Marauders there that it wasn't caught, because that would have been an easy tag up and run for the Greyhounds. Might be better that that was not caught. A great effort there from Heitman, excuse me.
A little odd to see after 4 straight balls, Snow really jumping on that first pitch, but you'd love to see it. The 0-1 to Snow. And it hits him. That'll bring home a run, and Carmel scores first here in the bottom of the 5th.
Definitely not the way either one of us expected the first run to be driven in tonight. A hit by pitch when the bases were loaded, and the Greyhounds are in business, up 1-0 now in the bottom of the 5th, still with bases loaded.
Yeah, you get that first run across home plate, and you can kind of have that breath of relief, and now you can really crack it open now with Sullivan coming up.
Sullivan has been very impressive here tonight. See what he can do in his 3rd at-bat.
First pitch to Sullivan is in there for strike 1.
And that was framed nicely by Schumann. Looks like that one could have been outside, but pulled that one right towards the middle, and 0-1 is the count to Sullivan.
The 0-1 spins just out of the zone for ball 1. Count evens 1 apiece. Bases still loaded with just 1 out. Here's the next delivery to Sullivan. Swung on and out of play. He was on that one.
He was just a little bit late, but he saw a pitch he liked. See if he can replicate that here.
A little conversation now between Chris and his catcher, Scheiman. They're ready as Sullivan digs in with a 1-2 count. Next pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 3.
Yeah, and a crucial, second out right there. Now just 1 away from getting out of this jam while surrendering just 1 run.
Another bit of confusion here as the scoreboard goes to 2 outs, but Sullivan's still in the box. Do you get a piece of that one?
Oh, you know what? I believe that's right. I think he got a piece of that one, and the catcher dropped the 3rd strike.
Gotcha.
So still 1-2.
The 1-2 to him is driven out into left field. It is caught. Tagging is the runner at 3rd. No chance. And Carmel tacks on an insurance run here in the bottom of the 5th.
And so let's see how crucial that dropped 3rd strike could turn out to be. As Sullivan, instead of providing that 2nd out, now the sac fly. And it's 2-0 Greyhounds with runners on first and second.
Right fielder.
And the 4-hole hitter, Cam Carmichael, up to bat.
Cam Carmichael.
Carmichael's got 2 on with 2 out, an opportunity to really break this one open if he feels necessary. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 to Carmichael. Outside for ball 1.
Yeah, even though you can still see that Chris is still a little bit shaken, he's done a good job controlling his pitches and limiting only 2 runs. Those 2 runs could prove to be
Stein
costly.
goes, throw to third, is in time for the 3rd out. Stein is caught stealing to end the 5th inning.
And Stein, who has wheels, was caught by Schumann. A fantastic throw there to third to get the 3rd out. But still, Greyhounds tack on 2 runs, the first and only 2 runs of the game, heading to the top of the 6th.
No errors and 2 runners left on base.
Yeah, it's a whole new game now for Matisse, and we're going to see if he can sort of pitch with the run support, because it's a whole different idea pitching in a 0-0 tie than pitching with 2 extra runs of cushion right there.
It sure is, and it looked like he was struggling a little bit in the 4th and 5th innings, especially at the end. He allowed a couple of base runners with 2 outs, but was able to get the couple of outs before surrendering any runs. Let's see what he can do in this 6th inning.
Scheidt will lead off the top of the 6th for the Marauders.
Those
This
2
inning-
runs, thank you for Pinnacle.
Yeah, this inning is supported by Pinnacle, as well as those 2 runs.
Any more runs to come in this game.
Pinnacle is here to support any more runs the Greyhounds may score.
Leading off the inning, Connor Scheidt.
Here's the first pitch to Scheidt. Just high for ball 1. Decent set. Here's his 1-0 pitch. Swung on and driven out into left center field. That ball is handled for the 1st out of the inning by Fouts.
Yeah, Fouts with a fantastic play out there in left field.
Number 14.
Able to track that one down, caught it at the warning track.
He got a great beat on it.
Yep.
Oh, like hybrid like that. I thought you were saying like something fancy.
Weaver steps in with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch to him is in there for strike 1.
I was at home half the time. All you lucky ducks were. Yes, he wasn't. Yes, he was.
Next delivery to Weaver is well outside. Next pitch to Weaver is nowhere close, nearly hits him.
Yeah, it looked like that one just slipped because that one was well off the mark. Didn't look like anything too intentional there.
Here's the 2-1 to Weaver. Swung on and driven out into deep right field. It's at the track. It is off the wall. Weaver digging for second. He's in there safely with a 1-out double.
And that one just feet away from a home run. But it bounces off the wall and a double now, and it looks like they'll send in a pinch runner. Or no,
They will
actually,
not.
excuse me. We'll just hand off his equipment, but Russell Weaver with the big time double. And now the tying run comes up to the plate. And Joseph Wilson, or excuse me, no, that is, yes, that is Joseph Wilson.
1 on, 1 out for Wilson. Mathieson set. His first pitch. Check swing and foul.
Yeah, I didn't really look committed to that swing. But still, it is a little bit of worry time here for Mathieson. The two pitchers he faced have absolutely blasted the baseballs. One he was fortunate, foul was right there. The other one nearly a home run, so Mathieson has got to be careful.
I don't know if you can see it from here, but they have Dylan Zener and Carter Klein warming up.
A little bit of action going on in the Hounds. Bullpen as the 1-0 is grounded up the middle. Handled and thrown to first for the second out. Walkie's having a very busy night over at second.
He sure has, especially in the first inning. He had 2 of the first 3 outs and then 3 of the first 6 outs going into the 6th, and now getting more involved late into the game. We do have some action in the bullpen, as you were talking about. Carter Klein, the righty, getting warmed up, as well as Dylan Zener, another righty for the Greyhounds.
Well, Nate Chris steps in, swings through the first pitch.
Chris looking to make up for his 2-run inning in the 5th. If he could just bring 1 home here, that would be huge. Big time spot for the pitcher.
The 0-1 is in the dirt for ball 1.
Hey, guys, come back here, pick up your trash.
Oh shoot, he just put numbers up there. I think it was not what I
1-1 to Chris. Swung on and skied out of play.
And that one nearly hit another unlucky car like we saw in the 3rd inning, but all cars are safe in this 6th inning.
Mathieson is a strike away from getting out of this one. He's set. Here's his 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mathieson works out of it, and we will go to the bottom of the 6th. Hounds lead 2-0.
And just as Mathieson has done all night, he has made costly, or not costly, he has made significant pitches to get out of the innings. He's left many Marauders stranded on 2nd or 3rd base. A major reason why it is still a goose egg on the board for the Marauders.
That shutout inning is supported by Pinnacle.
As of all the shutout innings. As well as the 2-run inning by the Greyhounds.
As far as I'm concerned, Pinnacle supports all innings.
They support everyone.
That's why they're the Pinnacle.
Saturday, I have no. Before the first game.
We keep... We just keep talking about Pinnacle.
If I show a card,
Chris will continue to work here in the bottom of the 6th. A little bit of a shaky 5th for him, but head coach Brad King trusts him enough for another one.
And no, that does show a lot of trust in your pitcher, but something that may factor into this is that the Marauders only have 1 more chance to tie this one up or take the lead in the 7th inning, so might as well just keep them in for 1 more potential inning and then maybe get some bullpen action going at the bottom of the 7th, excuse me.
And he's the kind of guy to drive a stick shift.
So I seem like the type of guy to go to West Virginia, play guitar, and drive a stick shift.
That's a major compliment.
I appreciate it. I did drive stick at my previous job.
Where'd you work?
Shout out Bridgewater. Just like we're shouting out the Pinnacle here tonight.
That we are.
Introducing the batter, Carmel High School student.
Leading off your Greyhounds, the right fielder, number 2, Cam Carmichael. What? It's not.
Well, Charlton steps in with nobody out. First pitch to him is ripped back for a foul ball, strike 1. Oh, Carmichael, excuse me. Carmichael was up to end the last inning when Stein got thrown out to end it. The 0-1. Another foul ball straight back.
Yeah, he's been just a little bit late on these first 2 pitches. Got to maybe choke up your swing here a little bit if you're Carmichael. Just try and make earlier contact with the ball.
The 0-2. Carmichael takes high, ball 1. Next pitch to him is outside for ball 2. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch to Carmichael. Carmichael swings at a ball in the dirt. Throw to first is in time for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I got him swinging right there. Another strikeout for Chris. First out of the bottom of the 6th.
And we'll have a pinch hitter here in the bottom of the 6th. It's Adam Buchkowski stepping in. Buchkowski primarily a pitcher, but his bat can be useful occasionally.
Pitch hitting for your Greyhounds, number 5, Adam Buchkowski.
First pitch to Buchkowski. In there for strike 1. Next pitch to him is fouled out of play.
Make sure you turn down and never together.
0-2 now to Buchkowski. Pitch to him is in the dirt for ball 1.
Yeah, good take there. Could have been easy to swing on that one, down 0-2, but good eye just inside the zone, and Buchkowski stays alive.
1-2, pitcher's count now. Chris set, here's his delivery. Swung on and skied out into left field, hooking and out of play. Landing in the Carmel bullpen.
Yeah, and a lot of Buchkowski's swings, the pitches or the balls have ended up high up in the air, just unable to really find the middle of the field here in this at-bat.
Well, we'll do it again. 1-2 count to Buchkowski. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Chris has set down the first 2 Carmel batters here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, recovering from that shaky 5th inning. Coming out here strong to start the 6th, and just 1 out away, and potentially 1 out away from potentially the Marauders' last chance of the ball game.
Well, here's Walkie. First pitch to him, showing bunt. And they'll appeal to first, and he did go for strike 1.
Yeah, it looks like he was just unable to pull that one back in time, so 0-1 is the count.
Oh, 1 to Walkie. Swing and fouled straight back. Digging himself into a quick 0-2 hole. Worth noting that Chris is a strike away from striking out the side here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-2. Swung on and looping into right field. That's down for a hit. Rounding first and going to second is Walkie, and he's in there with a stand-up double with 2 gone.
We call that the announcer jinx, Noah.
We should.
Nearly struck out the side instead. Now a double into right field, and that'll send up
Drew Fouts.
Drew Fouts, who scored the run last time for the Greyhounds, their first run of the game.
The left fielder, number 27, Drew.
Well, runner in scoring position. For Foul, it's an opportunity to extend the lead here for Carmel. First pitch to him. Swung through it for strike one.
And a decent lead at second there. No real need to steal.
He's not being held on. The 0-1 is called strike two.
And that one looked right down the middle, Noah. Not really sure what pitch he was kind of wanting there. Guess just no matter what, an automatic take.
Yeah.
And now in a deep hole, 0-2.
Yeah, here's the 0-2 to Fouts. Popped straight up on the infield. Who wants it? It'll be the third baseman, Weaver, taking it from Mount Vernon. And we will go to the seventh. Carmel's up 2 and 3 outs away from closing this one.
In the bottom of the 6th inning, no runs.
And so we'll have a new pitcher in for the Greyhounds. They'll take out Mathisen for the 7th, and a save opportunity for Dylan Ziener, the right-handed senior.
This call to the bullpen is supported by Pinnacle. Dylan Ziener is right-handed, so that'll be worth noting. A little bit of an adjustment here for the Mount Vernon batters.
And Ziener on the season has been very impressive.
How impressive was he?
2.29 ERA and
My
8
goodness.
appearances. And he does have a save on the season. So looking to make his second here. No, that's a very impressive ERA,
It is.
2.29.
A little bit of a 3/4 arm slot from Ziener, worth noting.
No, I don't know about you, but I hate facing pitchers like that in MLB The Show.
Yeah.
Just impossible to hit, I swear.
We get some pitchers like Corbin Burns who's got it
Ah.
varying depending on the pitch.
I already dislike the Brewers. Corbin Burns make
Don't
me
we all?
dislike them more.
Now pitching for your Greyhounds, number 20, Dylan Ziener.
Pinch hitter will be called upon here from Mount Vernon. It's Grant Payson stepping in, hoping to get something going here in the top of the 7th.
Leading off the inning for the Marauders, number 7, Grant Payson.
First pitch to him is
Whoa.
just inside.
That
for
looked
ball
right
one.
down the middle.
I liked that one. Here's the 0-1. That one's good enough for strike one.
Looked like the exact same pitch to me, Noah.
The 1-1 is nowhere close, but swung on and missed for strike two.
Talking about Chris working quickly, I think that Ziener has him beat. He is quickly at 1 and 2, trying to get this thing over in a hurry.
The 1-2 is grounded left side and past the mitt of Stein. And Payson will dig in there with a leadoff double.
Yeah, great start for the inning if you're Mount Vernon. A leadoff double off an elite closer. And so now this will send up.
It's like another pinch hitter, Cam Sullivan, stepping in.
The junior's hitting 272 on the season. Not bad numbers at all.
Sullivan.
Runner on second, nobody out here in the top of the 7th. First pitch to Sullivan. Swung on and out of play. Ziener set. The 0-1. In there for a called strike two. Painting the black tonight is Ziener. An 0-2 hole for Cam Sullivan. Next pitch to him. Too high. Ball 1.
And not a bad pitch there from Zener. Was 0-2. Try to make Sullivan chase. Good job by him to hold back, and now it's 1-2. Still no outs.
The 1-2 is grounded to the shortstop, checking on the runner, but throwing to first and getting him for the first out of the inning. Very professional approach by Sullivan.
Yeah, perfect job by Sullivan, as you were saying, to check to check on the second base to make sure he wouldn't advance before throwing him out. And that was a little Sullivan on Sullivan action. Case getting out Cam.
Yeah. Will be Gavin Johnson stepping in, the leadoff hitter, with 1 on and 1 out. He is the tying run. First pitch to him is just at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Zener working a little slower with the runner on. The 0-1 is lined up the middle. That's going to find a gap. That'll bring home the first run of the game for Mount Vernon. Digging in a second is Johnston. He's in there sliding with a double.
Wow, fantastic piece of hitting there from Johnston. And just like that, Mount Vernon is back in this ball game. A gem from Gabe Mathieson is in jeopardy now. As a runner in scoring position, the tying run is on second base. DJ
Scheinman. Scheinman steps in. He is the go-ahead run here in the top of the 7th. Time is called. As coach makes the long walk to the pitcher's mound.
This timeout is brought to you by The Pinnacle. Thank you for supporting CHTV here tonight.
Again, this mound is supported by Pinnacle.
And yeah, it hasn't even been bad stuff being thrown tonight by Zener. Just great contact being made by Mount Vernon. Some clutch hitting here late. Do not want to drop their 3rd in a row. And as we mentioned, they started the season 18-2, now at 18-4.
Home plate umpire breaks it up, and we'll resume play here with 1 on and 1 out. Zener set. Here's the first pitch to Scheinman instead of check on the runner at second. First pitch to him, hits him on the elbow. He is in a lot of pain.
Yeah, that was in an extremely painful spot, but now that sends the winning run to first base.
The go-ahead run. Potential winning run.
Me. The go-ahead run.
The left fielder, number 8, Nate Hagemann.
Heitman digs on with 2 on and 1 out. Opportunity to put the Marauders up. First pitch to him. Swung on and out of play for strike 1.
And for pitch 1, not a bad first swing. Just pulled it a little late to that one. Now that he kind of has a feel for it, can expect a good at-bat here.
The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and grounded. Out of play. And quickly 0-2 now.
This one is getting intense.
I feel like every time we call a game, it's down to the wire.
Certainly, and Carmel's played in a lot of tight games this year. It's been about 500 ball in clutch game situations. Looking to pull off a win here tonight. Just need to maintain their lead.
The 0-2 from Zener instead of check on the runner at second. 0-2 the count. Zener set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and grounded. Up the middle. The flip. The throw. Not in time. Ball gets away. Tying run comes in. And we are all knotted up here in the top of the 7th.
And that could have been the potential game ender for the Greyhounds. That looked like the classic 4-6-3 double play opportunity. Instead, fumbled at first base by Bachowski, and we are tied up at 2 with the go-ahead run on second. Wow.
Yeah, that was not the outcome you wanted, but makes for an interesting ball game, doesn't it? Scheidt digs in with 2 on and a runner on second. Instead, time's called.
So now Zener, the usual trusted senior, the blown save here.
First pitch is outside. Count goes 1-0. Scheidt swings and skies it straight back. Count evens at 1 apiece. The 1-1. Just missing. Count runs 2-1. The 2-1 also misses. So hitter's count now 3-1. With 2 out and a runner in scoring position. Scheidt is ready. Zener set. The 3-1. Swung on and skied out in the center field. Snow going back. He's under it. And he'll make the catch. Well, Mount Vernon ties it up in the top of the 7th. But the Hounds have an opportunity to send these fans home happy.
Yeah, extremely clutch hitting there by the Marauders. Able to knot this one up at 2. It was looking like Matisse was unhittable all game. They take him out in the 6th. Throw in Zener, try and get the save situation, but he allows 2 runs. And as you mentioned, the Greyhounds with an opportunity to let the fans go home happy, a potential walk-off situation here.
Plenty of middle school fans still in the ballpark tonight. Take Me Out to the Ball Game, playing here at Hartman Field. That presentation of Take Me Out to the Ball Game is supported by Pinnacle.
Leading off the inning for your Greyhounds, the catcher,
Yes.
number 10, Tim Haas.
Tim Haas digs in. Leading off here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to him is too high, and it's ball 1. Next pitch to him is swung through for strike 1. The 1-1 to Haas. In the dirt for ball 2.
Haas was able to lay down that bunt in the 5th inning that resulted in one of the 2 runs.
Next pitch to him is lined but handled by the third baseman Weaver for the first out.
Yeah, fantastic awareness and catch there from the third baseman to get the first out in the bottom of the 7th, and that'll bring up
Mathieson. Mathieson steps in here with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, hoping to hopefully just get on and get over and get in.
So a chance also for him to carry the team on his back tonight. Pitched a gem through 6. Now potential.
First pitch to him is grounded up the middle. Not fielded well enough, and that'll be a single here in the bottom of the 7th.
And that's all you need. You just need someone to get on.
Really thought Ford had a chance there. He's had a fantastic game defensively.
He sure has, especially in that first inning. He made that athletic double play. Did it all himself. Just unable to handle it there. That would have been an extremely tough play.
Yeah.
Sports Center top 10 worthy, but
we go to the top of the order now. J.D. Stein steps in. He is more than capable of ending the game right here. First pitch to him. And they're gonna call a balk. Count remains 0-0. Now the first pitch to Stein is low for ball 1. You know, that really changes the game now. Taking the runner from first to now being in scoring position, and a single here could possibly do it. The 1-0 to Stein. Ground ball past the diving third baseman. Here he comes. Mathieson rounding third. He will score. That'll do it. The Hounds walk it off here on this Monday night affair. And J.D. Stein plays hero.
And so for the second game in a row, the Hounds walk it off. They win this one in a much lower scoring affair, 3-2. But Stein the hero in this one. And they win it 3-2 off of Stein's heroics and Mathieson's gem of an outing here tonight.
Yeah, Weaver had that quick play at third to start the inning, but that was just out of his reach. And that's how the game ends.
Sure did, and a thriller here tonight at Hartman Field. Thanks again to Pinnacle for supporting CHTV in this game here tonight. And no, I really couldn't have asked for a better game.
Oh, definitely not. Well, that'll do it for us here at Hartman Field. Final score is Hounds 3, Marauders 2. I have been Noah Boudouris, joined alongside Ayden Hagemann, and have a great night.